I think there's power behind every throne.
We recording?
I don't believe that anybody is exempt from that saying.
Okay.
But I also watch the tax breaks he hands out to billionaires constantly. And I think he's doing them their favors.
Nigga, do you want to be a billionaire one day? What the fuck is this? God damn. God damn.
Not if it
really not getting it.
Not if it costs me my soul.
It's not gonna cost you your soul. Man, for the record, it's not gonna cost you your soul. Okay? You're not selling your soul. I don't think
you asked me the question, I answered it.
You did. But I don't think you're just selling your soul.
Okay,
so
well, I didn't know you were the person handing out contracts to be billionaires, bro. We late on this. You should have handed that over a couple years ago. I've been sitting in this chair for how long? Nigga, what you waiting for?
What you think we doing here? We're trying to figure it out.
Fucking around so far. That's what I think we doing. If that's the goal, you fucking this up completely.
God.
We should, like,
yo, that nigga Mecca about to go viral, you heard? Nigga about to go viral.
Fuck is we doing in here?
Listen, every time I come,
I didn't know you had I didn't know you was handing out those contracts. What the fuck is going on?
All right, so we taking entitlement over rights.
You didn't read the last one.
Look, entitlement over rights.
Shit, I motherfucking did. Ain't seen no billies in that bitch.
Yo, this nigga slow, bro.
Bro.
For everybody who's watching, I'm just bullshitting. I don't know.
Having fun.
Don't ask me. Don't ask me nothing. What do I know? I just like yelling. I don't know shit.
You got some great points though, bro. I'm not gonna say you don't have great points.
I don't know shit. I don't know shit.
But this is why I tell people to look up the policies.
Facts.
I don't have to like you.
Right.
But I have to think that you're capable of running this country.
Right.
You don't have to know all the Rockin' verses and Nas verses, classic, Jay-Z, Lil Wayne, and Kendrick, Drake. You don't have to know all that. But I have to believe that you could run this country.
Right.
And with the options that we got now, one person I believe in, one person I don't.
We gotta take these felonies out these motherfucking applications at these jobs now, you heard? That's a fact. He's going to sign, get these jobs, and they asking you your background. If you ever been locked up, take those out.
Yeah.
For real.
I mean, if you can take
you can run the country with felonies.
34 them motherfuckers.
Nah, you gotta take that out. Pause.
If you can change your gender and not disclose your gender on the application now, you should be able to not have to disclose your criminal background.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? If I can go into fill out a job
but
application.
how does that work for pedophiles?
I mean,
there are exceptions to every rule.
Yeah.
Okay.
Pedophiles,
So there's an exception to the rule that you're proposing.
I think everything, just piggybacking on what Fee said, everything within reason. I think depending on the crime you committed, you know, if you're applying to a daycare and you have a background in pedophilia, we might need to know that.
Okay, so do you feel like, all right, let's say a position in the bank.
Okay.
You feel like Champ's record should be just come work in this bank, my nigga. Come work in this bank. There ain't nothing gonna happen. We don't need to know. We don't need to know your background.
Neck don't want no parts of none of that.
I'm just saying.
Leave my man Neck out of all of this shit, bro.
How we declaring this? How we declaring this?
Oh, man.
I'm just saying. As a bank manager, would you be comfortable knowing a nigga coming up to you every day like, big homie, big homie, big homie. And you just like, everything's fine in this bank. Ain't nothing gonna happen.
Like going to the bathroom.
Nothing going to happen.
Count the beans. Make sure all the beans.
It was just right there. It was just right there. I saw it there.
It was just it's nasty work.
Yo, I'm gonna help y'all look for this 50,000.
I gotta go to the bathroom first.
No.
So to a certain extent, you know, there are exceptions to the rule, correct? I think that if you have a misdemeanor, if you have misdemeanors, then maybe that makes sense.
If you have a history of assault, then maybe.
Oh, now he's trying to take shots at me. You see how he turned it around?
Wow. I didn't even think of that. That is a hit dog hollering for real, for real. That is a hit
if you have
dog.
a history of assault.
Get him the fuck out. Okay, let's do it. If you have a history of dealing drugs.
Yo, this
Still,
nigga's
still
still
not. If you were a stick-up, shit.
This is not funny. It's really not funny. It's really not funny.
Yo, niggas is off, man.
But are we ever going to get to a point where a corporation feels like your background is not a legitimate reason to not hire you?
I think there should be points of reform.
But as a corporation, do I need to accept those points? People have come up with that before.
Yeah.
And I wasn't anti, but I'm always trying to play. The only reason why I play the other side, like talk from the other side, is to try and find the holes so we can. You think what I mean?
Right.
Try and find the chinks in the armor.
I get it.
You flesh it out. I'm not on
Nah,
that team. However, there's certain crimes that I believe there's certain crimes that are committed out of desperation. Right. I believe that a man stealing food because he's starving or his family's starving. Exactly. Right. Exactly. In other words, if he was fed or if he had a job that fed, he wouldn't steal anything. Right. Most drug dealers I know, most of them, not all of them, most drug dealers I know dealt drugs because the options were looking really thin to do something else. Right. You think what I mean? Somebody needed this, mine needed that, somebody lost their job, I'm going to the block. You think what I mean? I know one dude who was a stick-up kid because he lost his job and he had 2 children at home with his wife.
Oh, you talking about me again? That's great.
I don't give people passes when they choose. Everybody has a choice, so I'm not going to give you a pass if you choose to go back and do the same thing that got you in trouble.
No, I'm not on that kind of time. You know I'm talking about the first time. I'm talking about you got popped the first time. I'm not talking about going
because I was in that situation.
I'm not. This is why I'm talking to you because you know.
Right.
But what I'm saying is, I just want to make this point clear. I believe records needs to be expunged. Absolutely. I believe they should come to a point where you can't keep holding what I did
over me.
Way back here, when I was a different person at a different point in my life with a different set of skills and a different attitude and a different mentality, you can't keep holding that against me. You can't keep me the same person that I was.
But it's kind of tough, though.
It's always tough. It's no. It's never easy.
It's never easy.
And the people who have to make these decisions, I don't envy you.
Right.
Because who knows? You dig?
Because on one hand, you're telling people that if you committed a crime, then there should be lenience. But if that lenience interferes with the people who didn't commit a crime being able to feed their families, it's a problem.
Say that again.
All right. So let's say there's some sort of a affirmative action for reform, right? People who been through the jail system for felonies or whatever. And we make it mandatory that you're able to give these people a job. How are we if there are not enough jobs? Let's say if we're in the case that there's not enough jobs, now you're taking jobs away from, citizens who did not break the law. You get what I'm saying?
But corporations, businesses, by and large, have never really cared about that so long as you did the job the best. That's always been the goal of picking out a candidate. It's always the guy who did the best job.
But if you leave it up to corporations, they'll keep creating ways that there can be more felons.
That's probably going to happen anyway, because somebody always builds a better mousetrap. Somebody always finds a way around the system. But you still have to make the effort in order to make it right with people who are reformed.
But this is why I say, when I read the policies and I look and see what people are going to do, when I look at track records, I know that, and some of y'all might not agree with this or whatever, like let's just take the name out of it. Let's say Party A wants to focus on fixing our country and wants to stop giving handouts to other countries that's lowering our dollar and having us going to the supermarket now and having to spend $400 for a week when minimum wage is not, it's not going higher, but the cost of everything is going up. The inflation, because of the billions of dollars that's being handed out to countries.
That's not why inflation.
No, but it's part of it.
No, it's not.
It is part of it.
Not if these,
it is
not if these
part
companies
of it.
aren't even paying taxes.
The more that we dive into debt, MECC, it affects the dollar.
Bro, if these people were pumping up the price and keeping your wages,
they're not pumping up the price
and keeping your wages super low that whole time, that's why your shit costs.
Okay, if you have the manufacture money, and you have to say, okay, all right, this amount of money right now. Now let's manufacture more money so we can give money to people, or let's give them things, our resources. Now we're lower in resources and the dollar is being stretched. That's how it works. That's how it works. So if party A is saying, yo, let's cut that down. Let's cut that down and fix what's going on in here so that I don't have to walk the streets and worry about homie around the corner that can't feed his family running up on me, or my aunt falling into dire straits and now she's homeless. Let's fix in here. Let's shut the door, clean the crib. Mm-hmm. I'm not mad at that. Because if you look at the countries that's in power, they take that course. They take that course. At some point, they say, we got to close this, we got to fix this, and then we could start working with people. All right, you ever heard the saying, you can't help people if you're in a position where you need help?
Yeah. Put on your oxygen mask first before you help somebody else.
This country needs help. It needs help. And it doesn't need to be involved in everybody else's business right now. This country needs help.
Especially when you're telling me it's about to be a food shortage and I go to the store and I see my meat is coming from Indonesia. You know what I'm saying?
Wow, bro.
But nah, seriously, I see
they're predicting that you're gonna do that
snakes.
now.
I buy ground beef, or I buy a steak, or I buy lamb, and it says it's imported from Indonesia. The shit was spoiled when it got here. You just froze it and gave it to me with preservatives in it. Right. Vegetables. Who wants to eat canned vegetables?
Which is making us sicker.
That's
Where'd you get it? Where you food shopping at?
It's hot for trapper turn smack rapper. Only smack rapper that you know is smack rapper.